different if you've had an opportunity to receive our new menu. A lasagna. That's right, a lasagna. Now, if you're anywhere in the area, y'all know where we at in All Nations Community Church. We're coming to you live with the description because what I had to do this time, I had to make it because it took about 5 hours. We were in here ready to eat. It took us 5 hours to begin explanation as to what to do. Now, there are several things that you can do to get this prepared. Number one, if you want to make your tomato sauce like I did, I use some regular tomatoes. I like Roma tomatoes. So when you make your own tomato sauce, and I mean without the tomato paste, what you have to do is take Roma tomatoes, you're going to cut them up, and we're going to add about a cup to a half a cup of, thank you, Pastor Steve, a half a cup of olive oil. So any olive oil will do. This is the olive oil that I use. So as you can see, I use quite a bit of olive oil. The more you use, the better it is, because you're literally going to put this olive oil into your water or into your pot so that you can begin to make the tomato paste. And then from there, you take your tomatoes and you're going to cut the tomatoes up. You can cut them in halves, you can cut them in quarters, you can get some cherry tomatoes. After the cherry tomatoes, you're gonna add those two together. Now, you know what the Roma tomato look like. Roma tomatoes are little footballs. They're like little bitty baby footballs. You want the firm ones. Now, you'll get why I've done it this way, because making tomato sauce at home is about a 4-hour process. So yesterday, I made tomato sauce. So 4 hours ago, we got everything put together, and you're gonna see what it looks like. So you got your tomatoes, you have cherry tomatoes. That brings a different level of flavor. And then we throw all of that in the pot. And you're slowly cooking it at 250 degrees on a gas grill and 250 degrees on an electric grill, okay? Now, with that being the case, the next thing you want to do is have Italian seasoning, garlic powder, garlic. You could take a clove of garlic or a teaspoon of garlic, a real garlic, to put into the flavor. Now, what I like to do is I like to take a separate pan. So I take some shallots. Oh my God. Shallots are a very small onion. If you haven't never had a shallot, I guarantee you this is something you want to go buy. You get you a shallot and a Vidalian onion. I'm going off of memory because I'm waiting for my paper print to come. And with the Vidalian onion, and you take the Vidalian onion and your shallots and you're going to cut that up, okay? And once we cut that up, this is the making of your tomato sauce. Then we take some green bell peppers, your red bell peppers, and I'd rather you use your red bell peppers for your sauce, because we want the sauce to stay. So take green bell pepper, slam up, but put it to the side. Okay, you got me? Okay, then we're going to take some nutritional yeast. I have it in this container. This is some good nutritional yeast. This is what I use, but I didn't want to bring the entire 6-gallon bag that I carry that I use at work. So I put some in this little container here. Then we're going to use a little bit of vegan chick sauce, or vegan chick seasoning. Vegan chick seasoning. Vegan chick seasoning you can find anywhere at Whole Foods. You can find it at Jewel's, anywhere where they sell, vegetable stock and things in that nature. You can find the vegan version of it as well. And then from there, we'll get those particular components together. So now we've got our onions cooking up on the side, and we've got our tomatoes. Now, usually you'll see me creating this, but because this recipe took 4 hours, let me give you a shortcut. For those of you who do not want to make your vegan, your own, let's say tomato sauce, you can go and purchase your sauce already pre-done. You can get the ragu, and it doesn't have sugar in it. A lot of people say, well, it's got sugar in it. No, You get the one that is the vegan version of it, and that you can use, and then you just bring it up to where you need it to be. So let's start with that particular point. Let's say that you're going to be on that side, because I'm sure a lot of you all are saying, I'm going to be that one. I'll be that one. I made it myself because I love cooking and I love what doing it that way. So basically, I'm going to pull this up for a moment. Give me 1 second here. And so we've got our vegan cheese that we're going to create. The vegan cheese was already pre-created. And then we have, so I'm going to pull this up for a second. We have our vegan cheese that I personally use, but then we can also use this vegan cheese here. Later on down the line, we'll talk to you about that, as well as your seasoning, your olive oil, your Italian seasoning, like I mentioned before, your garlic, your salt, pepper, all of that. That's what goes in if you're making it on your own. But even if you buy it out of the grocery store, we've got to make sure that we season it up, because when you do vegan cooking, it does not have, thank you, it does not have the flavoring that we need. We have to over flavor when you're doing vegan cooking, okay? Over flavoring. Now, in this, we also have my vegan meat. Now, my vegan meat is made out of seitan. I create a lot of my vegan meat. So if you come over to my restaurant, you have seen vegan meat in my gyros, my Philly cheesesteak. Well, today we're using the crumbles. And so that's going to be the burger meat that I use. I also use this lasagna. So I'm using this particular lasagna. The reason why I use this particular lasagna, number one, it has no egg in it, no egg. Now lasagna or the pasta usually has egg in it. So you want to make sure you get the one that does not have egg. Just flip it over. It's going to say wheat. They have the gluten-free one. Now I'm going to tell you ahead of time, I know nothing about gluten-free anything. Well, a few things I know, but I'm not a gluten-free person. I like gluten. It doesn't bother my body at all. So, but if it does bother you, if you have a wheat intolerance, you want to make sure that that happens. Any of you all who have a tomato issue, this will be something you cannot receive. So sorry, because when I show you what's about to happen, this is going to mess your whole understanding up. Now, this one here, there's two kinds of vegan lasagna, or two kinds of pastas you can buy. One, you can put in the pan and it will cook within the pan that you have. There's another one, like this one here, there's a two-step process. For some reason, I like two-step processes because it makes our food that much more flavorful. You'll find that I am an over flavorful type of vegan chef because I want you to be able to sit back and say, this is worth having a lower calorie. Now, this box tells me that it's 200 calories within this entire box. So number one, when I make this, I have to boil the lasagna first. When I boil the lasagna, it's going to give me elasticity in it that's going to make it a little bit al dente. I want it to be al dente, but not too al dente, and meaning that softer. We just want it to be a little bit softer, and we're going to cook the rest of it while it's in the oven. Okay, so this one here, the 365, this is a pretty good brand. It's $3.65 in the store. I like to give you the prices of things because it assists in knowing how much something costs and giving you the calorie intake on what we're done. And I'm going to give you the total calorie for your process. The second thing that I want you to make sure you always have, as I mentioned before, is your olive oil, your nutritional yeast. For those of you who are going to make this recipe at home, I want you to take the mozzarella shreds because you're going to use this, and then we're going to explain what we need to do with it. Again, I brought some cream cheese in here just in case you don't want to make your own cream cheese. So some of you are probably saying, well, T, how do you make the cream cheese? Good question, let me tell you. Cream cheese is the easiest process that you can ever make. If you have a blender, you want to use some soy milk, okay? Soy milk. Or if soy milk bothers you, get oat milk, 30 calories, meaning no sugars in it at all. You'll take about a cup of the oat milk, and you're going to add about a 4th cup of oil, and that's basically all you're going to do, and a 4th cup of juice. A 4th cup of juice, because when you're doing cream cheese, it's not sweet. It's got a little bit of a tang to it. You can add other things to it like chives and things like that. And then once you blend it, guess what's going to happen? It's going to create a thickening in there. Then what we're going to do is take a little bit of agar agar. Agar agar is a process that we use in the vegan business that thickens things up, and it causes it, once it's cooled off, it makes it very, very thick in elasticity. So in essence, they use agar agar, which means I can turn this over and it comes out like a gel. You see that? It comes out like a gel. And so that's what that does. And so once it's cold, it won't come out of here at all. All right. So now that's the other component. So if you do your own cream cheese, that's how you do it. Very simple. You're going to use a half a cup of olive oil, a half a cup to a cup of your soy milk or your oat milk, and then you're going to use a little lemon juice, about a fourth cup to your taste, salt and pepper if you want to put that in there, blend it on up, and that's going to give you your mix, okay? Now again, my sauce took 4 hours, so I made it ahead of time so that when I unveil this bad boy, y'all gonna sit back and go, oh my God, that's what we're gonna do. All right, now the other thing is that we've gotta make the, you have to make the cheese so that we can layer inside the ricotta cheese. Now, how do you make ricotta cheese? Ricotta cheese is very easy to make when you are vegan. Well, we're not gonna buy ricotta cheese. So let me tell you how you make ricotta cheese. Okay, so you get a tofu. Yep, I said tofu. You get a organic tofu, and you want the one that is super hard, super firm. And the one that I like is the one that is shrink wrapped. So if it's shrink wrapped, that's the one you want, okay? And the reason why you want that one is because it's going to crumble up really well. You don't, back in the old days, what we used to have to do is we would get the tofu. Matter of fact, you could go all the way on 35th Street over there in, I want to say the Chinatown, that's what they call it. And you can bring a bucket with you and you would get your tofu and they would give it to you and they would cut it up and you would have to take it home. You would slice it up yourself, take it in a towel, put a big heavy brick on top of it to take all of the water out of it so that you can actually manipulate it. Well, now they do it for you. Thank God you don't have to do that anymore. Isn't God good? Yes, he is. So anyway, that's what we want to do for that. And then once you get your dry tofu out of the packet, you want to scratch it up like that. You just take your fingers and you just crunch it up. That's all you're going to do. And it sits in the container. The next thing we're going to do is we're going to add salt, pepper, Italian seasoning. Now again, I created my own ricotta cheese where I had made my shredded cheese, but if you have your own shredded cheese, if you go buy this is like $5 a piece, but if you go to maybe Aldi's or go to Whole Myers, you'll find they are going to have a sale. They'll have 7 different brands. The one that's on sale, buy that one. They're all the same, okay? Because I'm not expecting you to purchase or to buy this or make this yourself. So they're all the same. This one right here was $3.50. You only need 2 bags of this, okay? That's all you need. That's going to go into your tofu, right? And then after you put that together, you're going to add a little bit of, I heard First Lady say she used this, just eggs. I got 3 of these for $5 at Jewel's. Now they owe me a little offering because I'm giving a little commercial for them. But this right here is really good. It tastes like eggs. It feels like eggs. It takes a little hard to get out your pan, so I got a problem with that, but that's okay because I don't know how to make this myself. I won't make it because I didn't eat eggs when I wasn't vegan. But anyway, this is what I use so we can use it as a thickening agent. We're talking about the ricotta cheese. Okay, so the ricotta cheese, once we put this together, we've got our tofu, we've got our vegan cheese right here. We've got a little bit of our sour cream, and we have some of this sprinkled in there. And then we're going to take a little bit of nutritional yeast and we're going to sprinkle it in this bowl, right? And we're going to take our fingers and massage it. That's what we're going to do. Then we're going to sit it to the side, put it in the refrigerator. Now, while we're making the meat, because I made my own meat, you can use any meat that you want that's vegan. But if y'all really want to get some really good crumble meat and you don't want to make it yourself, come over to 14600 South LaGrange Road at Vegan Teas and I'll make you some and you bring it home and add it to your order. Okay, there you go. Now, the next thing we're going to do is we've got this in the boiling, in the water. Now, I boil my pasta a little different than most people. I take my water, I boil it, right? I add my salt, but I add lemon juice. I add Italian seasoning because remember, you got to bring up your food when you're vegan. You got to bring flavor in there. Why? Because there's no eggs in there, there's no animals in there. So I got to bring all of this stuff together to make one big picture. Now you all understand why we had to do this ahead of time. So we got the tomato sauce that was already cooking 4 hours. 4 hours. Okay? And at the same time, the tomato sauce is cooking. If you don't go buy your own, that's already done. We got 4 hours going there. We've got the ricotta cheese made, and we got this cooking. And now it's time to put it together. So when we take this and put it together, we're going to take it in your pan. Oil the bottom of your pan with a little bit of olive oil or a lot. Okay? And then you're going to layer this already softened at the bottom of your pan. The next thing you're going to do is add the ricotta mixture that I gave you to make. It's in your ingredients. And if not, if you don't have it, just ask us. We'll send one over to you, okay? And then with that being the case, after you got all of the ricotta, you're going to take a spoon out. And then you take your sauce, your tomato sauce, and layer one layer at all. So let's start over. You got your layer of your tomato sauce first. I said the wrong way. So your layer of tomato sauce goes first. And then you put your lasagna down. You can do it one or the other. You can put the lasagna first or your tomato sauce. I like to put my tomato sauce down. After I put my oil down, I layer down my lasagna, and then I layer it again with some tomato sauce, and then the ricotta cheese. You put the ricotta cheese down. It's going to be a white mix, look a little thick, but it's going to be okay. And you don't have to smooth it out and be all perfect. Just dip it in there, take a couple of spoons and dip it around. Then you're going to take your meat that you're going to use. I use my crumble meat from Vegan Teas, and I added some extra meat that I like to make, and I put that in there. And we're going to do this process over again. Your lasagna, your tomato sauce, your crumbled meat, your ricotta cheese, and put the lasagna back on there. After we're finished with that, we're going to put it in the oven for 45 minutes at 450 degrees. Why? Because cheese that is made by vegans doesn't always melt. So how do we make it melt? We add a little bit more oil to the top of it so that it can cook the vegan meat, the vegan cheese down, so that we can actually make it melt. Sometimes you may even have to give it a little bit of a help by putting it in a frying pan and layering it on top of your topping for yourself. So at the end of this, what we're going to do is we're going to expose this in a few minutes. I just had to make sure everything is good. I didn't want to mess it up. Now, after we've got it in there for 45 minutes, that's time for you to clean up and everything and tell everybody that you did this thing and that you made it really well. You all can smell this out here. Can y'all smell this out here? Can you all smell that? Because I can smell it over here. It smells really good. Why? Because we seasoned it up. At the top of this beautiful lasagna that's all vegan, we actually added Italian seasoning on top of that. We added some salt and pepper, and we added some garlic powder. So, and we added some other nice flavoring. What kind of flavorings did we use? We used a little bit of garlic powder and garlic salt. Any of the things that I do, because I don't want to have any forms of it spiking any type of high blood pressure or anything like that. Now, are y'all ready for what it looks like? Okay, here we go. You all ready? This is what lasagna looks like, vegan style. I don't know if we can get a shot of that, because I'm telling you, I've been eating it vegan this way for a minute, but look at that. Doesn't that, look at, I'm telling you, can you see that? I mean, this bad boy is healthy. It looks good. I mean, it smells good, and it appears to be melted just like real cheese. Oh my God. I'm just telling you. Now, somebody asked me, how many calories is this? Come on, please ask me. Can I tell you, one serving of this is not even 390 calories? Oh my God. So you got your pasta, you've got your tomato sauce, you've got your vegan meat that's only 40 calories, you've got your vegan cheese. Wait a minute, let me take a look. This vegan cheese says 80 calories. Oh my God. I use 2 bags. That's 160. So 160 calories on top of this spread over in an entire pan. And then this says 200 calories. So how do we figure out the serving size? You take what you put in and then you calculate it based off of how many cuts you make and you divide that into the total. It is less than 360 calories. Tell me you cannot lose weight. And not only can you lose weight, you get your blood levels down, your cholesterol's gonna go down, you ain't got no protein, no meat in your body, but you got protein in your body, you got vitamins in here, vegetables in here, you got A, B, C, D, and Z. I'm just telling you, I'm sorry, I got a little excited because before I became vegan, I used to like, I used to like a little bit of lasagna, but I was 257 pounds. Today I'm 140. Now I'm 137 pounds. I did lose a couple of pounds while I was on the fast. Not trying to brag, but I did. Hello, somebody. Anyway, so this is all that we need. This is all that we need. There is no way that you're not going to be full when you eat this. So I'm going to have a particular individual come in here and test my food. Come on, First Lady. Come on. All of your glory belongs to you. Oh, yeah, I'm gonna sing too, because I'm gonna pick another person. My girl back in the back. Come on over here, praise team leader. Come on, let's go. And then we're gonna go to each person because you gotta have fun in the kitchen when you are making vegan food. The reason why I did it this way is because I wanted it to be authentic, so I made all of this stuff myself. However, you can go to the store and buy all of these pieces, the sauce. You all get to me. I'll tell you what sauce to buy, 773-418-7469. Thing that you need to do, we are going to bring it up by putting this together. And I know Deal is watching. Deal, listen, I got some tacos for you, and I made them on the side. You come on up here and get them, and they got no tomatoes in it because he can't have tomatoes. So I made something just for you. Okay. Now, I can't help it. I love to cook. So here we go. You ready? You ready? Oh my goodness. And I want you all to get a full picture. Are you ready? Hey. Are you ready? Woo! 1, 2. Okay, so can somebody give me a spoon over there? Be ye also ready? Because I washed them. I can't wait. I'm so excited. I'm so excited because I haven't made this in a long time. Here we go. Wait a minute. Did you not stretch? Did you stretch? She stretched. She stretched. Okay. So here we go. Oh my God. Wait. You need to get a camera shot of this. You need to. Can we? Oh my God. Look at it. Oh. I know people are laughing, but they look at, oh my God. Y'all, I bet y'all wish y'all had came through that rain. Ain't no little rain gonna stop nobody. Come on here. Ooh, sucky, somebody. Oh my God. Okay. Here we go. Okay, here we go. Let me get a spoon. Let me get a spoon and a napkin. Wait, don't show me over here. Oops, sorry. Okay. So now let me get another napkin here. Hello. All right, so we got another, and so we're gonna wait. Yes, it is. I just pulled it out. Don't tell me that our food don't taste good. If you tell me that, I'm gonna say you lying to me. Okay, so we're gonna do this here. Oh my, come on. Okay, so wait, come on over here. So I'm not gonna tell them anything. I'm not gonna. They're gonna give me my $5 back after we're done. Yummy. So yummy. Is it? So you all heard it from. It doesn't taste vegan. So in essence, because they have the vegan food with the vegan meat, and you all saw this. Look, this is all. Oh, look at this. Wait. Let me do this. Wait. I'm gonna bring this to the camera. Look at that. Oh my goodness. If your mouth isn't watering, then you're saying something to me that's not true. So we got a line out here, y'all. That's enough? Okay. So here we go. So here we have, yes. Here we have, as we played it up, to let you all see that this is something that you can have, and you don't have to worry about the calorie intake because everything in here, it doesn't have a lot of calories in it, specifically because of the fact that our food just doesn't have that. Okay, there you go. And if somebody oh, spoon, I'm sorry. Here you go. Oh, that's the next person? Napkin? Here we go. So I love the fact that we were able to share this with you all. The recipe is not that hard to do. Again, if you don't want to make your own tomato sauce, you don't have to. It's just that I'm just really persnickety about how I do what I do. And it's because I wanted to make sure that when you get your pan, that you oil your pan and overly oil it. It's okay to overly oil your pan because you just don't want it to stick at the bottom, okay? So we just don't want it to stick at the bottom. Here's a napkin for you, okay? And I love it that I've got men in the line, come on here, that are trusting in this. And I want to see, this is my first guy in the line. Now, men will tell you the truth and be like, they lying to you, girl. Okay, let's see. So we get ready to see. We're getting ready to see. All right, come on here, Juan. Come on here. Okay, I got you. Where we at? Where we at? Taste it. I'm gonna start plating it for you. Here you go. Okay. And let me get some more spoons. Wait, did you, wait. Okay, I got a thumbs up. So if you have issues with, like I said, weight and just another bowl for me, and you want to try to bring your cholesterol down, and you want to have a healthier lifestyle, what I'm showing you here is that you can continue to eat this way after the fast is over with. We kept saying that it's not about a diet, it's really about a lifestyle change so that we can stop providing money to the medical community with medication. You don't always have to have medication. Just change your diet. And changing your diet may take a little bit of time, but you can make this a family event. You can have your entire family working with you around the table, cutting up tomatoes. And, you know, I did this by myself last night while I was talking. And they were like, girl, you bring me some, because I know it's going to be good. I'm like, if there's some left, I'm going to bring it for you. So if there's some left, amen. And then I had some people hit me up on Facebook, because I was on Facebook talking, and they were like, well, can't you just bring that to the restaurant? No, I am not going to add another menu item on my menu. Not. Pardon me? No, not in my restaurant. I won't do this one. I'll do anything else, but this one here, no ma'am. This is for holiday cooking. You know what I mean? It takes a lot of work. Anybody out there, everybody got something? Does everybody have theirs? Okay, so you don't have to worry, but there's no salt. I didn't put no salt in here because I didn't know who I was gonna have here. So I had to add lemon and lime, and there's some zest in there to do that salt taste, okay? So the smaller items here are the items that would require that you would have to have if you were doing your own, meal at home with tomato paste or tomato sauce. I just got the Holy Ghost head shake from Pastor Steve. So that means that this was all good. He did the whole, I'm done, okay? So if you all have any questions, you are able to ask me questions right now because you have a lot of time to be able to do this. My crumble meat is on every layer. I have 5 layers in this lasagna. I also have made about, I want to say how many quarts of tomato sauce. It made 2 quarts of tomato sauce. I can always give you, the actual amount that I made. I added lemon. I put a little hot sauce in there because you got to add a little zhuzh in there into the food to make it, give it a little bit of blend. Again, vegan food is bland if you don't add those other things because we don't have the meat The meat gives those particular pieces in there. When you use animal products, fortunately, unfortunately, it has things in it that we don't have in our food. So we have to bring it up to that particular place. And how we bring it up to that place is by adding other flavors in there, like Tabasco sauce, which is a little bit in there. Not a whole lot, not something that you'll be able to taste, but enough to give it the flavor that I need. A little vegan vegetables flavoring, some vegetable broth is in there, as well as some vegan vegetable chicken seasoning. And so I got to go this way. There we go. We got me in there. And so with all that being the case, that's what we have in there. I use garlic all the time, real garlic, and I use the real crushed garlic, because real crushed garlic it gives a better flavor to it. I know a lot of y'all like to use that powder, but go buy some real garlic. Take the garlic and take a big knife and hit it. Take your anger out on it. Somebody made you a man and you want to mercy. Just crush it up. Or you can go to the store now and they sell it crushed. Or you can put it in your blender and you can crush it up yourself. So it's easy to do. It's not difficult anymore. And you can add that in there, and it has a lot of flavor in it. Now, what's in here that's good for your internal body? Let me share this with you. I have a little bit of garlic. Well, not a little bit. I got a lot of garlic. I love garlic. I've got a tablespoon of garlic inside this recipe. The garlic is going to help with blood pressure, believe it or not. So I use garlic all the time. I have lemon, real lemon, not lemon juice, the real lemon. I squeeze lemon. I've used 2 full lemons in my recipe because I needed to bring forth the onion up, bring the onion up, good. And then the Vidalia onion, as well as my shallots. I absolutely love shallots. If you've never gotten shallots before, you walk past them, go back, get your few. What I would recommend you to do is take the shallots. They're little bitty shallots. Sometimes they come bigger, but you want to cut them up and put them in your frying pan and grill them up. You want to grill them up until they get translucent, or you want to sweat them. We call it sweating. So basically we got a few of them in here a little bit, and I added some red bell peppers in there so that we can have that taste. That little taste right there will take you a long way. You want the flavor once you sweat it. Sweating just simply means you're going to cook it down just a little bit until it gets translucent, okay? And then also we have in there our Italian seasoning. Well, for me, I didn't want to buy Italian seasoning, so I put basil in there. Oregano is in here. We have real oregano. How much oregano did I use? I used 1/4 of a cup of oregano. Yes, that's a lot, but when you're doing it yourself, you have to add more because it's vegan. I use 1/4 of a cup of basil, and then I use a tablespoon of pepper to a teaspoon, and then I use 1/2 of a teaspoon of onion powder, just 1/2 of a teaspoon. Just to give it a little bit more of a kick. And I use some of that, what is it called? Frank's hot sauce. Put a little Frank hot sauce. I didn't just shook it up a little bit. And this here, as you can see, this is how much oil that I use to create the oil. But that oil is also to create so that it would be lubricated with inside the pan. So some of this was inside the pan to lubricate it, and some of it was inside the oil. But I cooked the oil for 4 hours. I mean, I cooked the tomato sauce for 4 hours. That's the only way you can break down a whole tomato. Okay. So, anyways, if anybody has any questions for me, please give me the question. You get these outside of the store, absolutely. Just make sure that you're cost conscious and that you don't just grab the first one. Says, oh, she said get the vegan mozzarella shreds. If it's $6, put it back. If it's $3, because there's going to be another one on the side that they're selling. So get the one that they're selling. They do it every time. There'll be iHeart, which is one of the better ones. This one, BioLife, is a very good one because it melts really well. I am not a Daya fan. Daya tastes like plastic, but if you have to get Daya because it's on sale, what I want you to do is add a little salt and pepper and garlic to it because they don't put anything in it that tastes like plastic. And you don't want it to be a stepchild to you. You want it to have some flavor. That's what you want it to do, okay? And then you want to get your nutritional yeast. Nutritional yeast gives everything flavor to it. This is a high quality nutritional yeast. This is what I use in my restaurant to make my cheese, to make my meats, to make everything I do. This is our staple. This is what we do. This brings vitamin Z, vitamin D, vitamin A. This is the thing that we get a lot of our protein from and a lot of our nutrients from. So you want to have this in your cabinet. Any questions? Well, y'all missing it up here because we got it going on up here at All Nations Community Church for our Daniel fast. And all of this is all plant-based, not plant-based, this is all plants. Because when they say plant-based, please be careful and know that it may be milk in that. It can also be egg and still be plant-based, because the base is plant doesn't necessarily mean that it's vegan. So be aware of that and know that you want to be a conscious eater and not somebody just buying something to think that that's what we're going to do because I'm going to lose weight. You're not. Be careful. Always know you got to be able to read everything you do. And I hope that this was a blessing to you, because it was a blessing to me to make it. And I thank God that you all are here with me today so that we can eat well, live longer, bring our numbers down, bring our quality up, and be able to do the things that we never thought we could do. Because when we do it together, we'll do it with the grace of God that walks with us. And I guarantee you that you will have a lower weight, and lower cholesterol, won't have no AC1 issues, and you'll be able to sit back and say, they thought they were going to give me medication and they didn't, and now your life has been changed forever. And that's what God wants us to do. Everything we needed, he's already put it in the earth. He said, the earth is the Lord and the fullness thereof, and they that dwell therein. And you've been dwelling therein with the Lord and All Nations Community Church, where our pastor is Stephen W. Bell. It's a great thing to have you with us today. I'm done. If you don't have any questions for me, I got a question out in the audience. Can I take it, Pastor Steve? Go ahead. What's your question? Can you freeze? What? Can we what? I'm sorry. Okay, you freeze leftovers. Everything that vegans have, you can freeze it. The freezing of leftovers for us, we can, something like this, I would recommend, there is a couple of things that I would recommend. If you have the oxygenation, that's what I call it. It's the machine that takes out the oxygen. You take it in a freezer bag and you suck the oxygen out of it. They have a lot of them in the stores. It will last you up to 6 months. If you put it into a container, it'll last you 2 weeks. And if you put it in your refrigerator, unfortunately, it's only going to last you 5 days. Okay, so that's the progression of it, that it'll last 5 days. But I don't think this is going to last no 5 days. Okay, I don't think so either. So that you can. And if you even come to my restaurant and buy my fried chicken, you can freeze the fried chicken for 6 months and put it in your air fryer, and I guarantee you it will cook up just like it was there the day I cooked it. Can I freeze it? Yes, you can. You can freeze it ahead. All of the pieces and the parts. She's asking me, can I freeze it ahead? So meaning you can make your sauce, freeze your sauce. Yes, it will last up to 6 months. Everything is about a 6 months window. You'll start getting, when we say oxygenation, that means that the oxygen taken out of the bag will slow down the aging process. The more that is in there, the more that is going to age. But if you have some good freezer bags, it will last up to 6 months. The cheese will last up to 6 months. Again, it has to be in a position where the oxygen is out of here, and it will not grow any, it won't start to grow any of the mold and bacteria. Thank you for that. Yeah. See you guys. Bye.